How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the New York Jets franchise on Madden 20. My name is Football Fan Forever, and it is finally time for the AFC Championship game against the Houston Texans. And they're a team that we cannot take lightly. They are 15-1 for a reason, and they've been on a roll all year. They're number one in points scored. They're number one in points allowed. They're number one in third down conversions. And perhaps most importantly for our team, they're number one against the run. There are basically no weaknesses on this roster, but they are missing right end Aaron Lynch for today's game, and we'll be sending out rookie Damon Session in his place. Hopefully the Jets will be able to exploit that matchup here today, as there's a trip to Super Bowl 57 held in Arizona on the line here. The winner of today's game will advance to take on either the New York Giants or the Seattle Seahawks. But that game isn't scheduled until tomorrow night. Let's get underway here. The AFC Championship will start with a return by Marcel Okoye, taking it from a couple yards deep. He is tackled at his own 23-yard line, and that is where Deshaun Watson and this Houston offense will begin their day. Many think that Watson is going to win the MVP. He threw for over 3,800 yards and 34 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. Houston did a great job protecting the football during the regular season, so we'll see if an aggressive New York defense can buck that trend and force a couple of turnovers here today, as the first down pass is completed to Brandon Cooks at the 37. The Houston Texans offense was number 2 in total yards this season, behind only the Tennessee Titans. As David Johnson will take this to the left side, he's tackled after a gain of about 9, and it's 3rd and 2. And it's third downs where Houston really shined during the regular season, completing 64% of them, but they're 0 for 1 on the day here, as Cal Kohler will get a hand on it and force the Houston punts. That will turn the ball over to LaMarcus Albert and this New York offense. And we've got plenty of pedigree ourselves. We were number 1 in rushing this season, and we also had a top 3 scoring offense. We'll see if we can be successful against this Houston defense, as Anthony McFarland will get the call. He got the start on offense here today, as he has more than earned it with his play down the stretch. And he faces a defense that is solid at all 3 levels. There's basically no weaknesses on this defense, and they're led by Justin Reed and the veteran Devin McCourty at the safety position. McCourty is on the field on 3rd down here. It's 3rd and 5. Albert to the right side, and Kaderil Hodge will make the grab in between a couple of defenders for the first down and a gain of 11. The Jets will have to win on 3rd down on both sides of the ball if they want to win today's game, as Anthony McFarland will take this up the middle, cutting to the left and falling ahead into Houston territory to the 49. Good blocking there from the left side of the New York line, and it's now 2nd and 8 on the Houston 47. Albert under center against the blitz. It's picked up, and he'll fire over the middle. That will be knocked away from Christopher Herndon, and it's 3rd and 8. 4 wide receivers on the field for the Jets. LaMarcus Albert is in the shotgun, and Willie Sparks is to his right. Play clock at 12. The snap will get off without a hitch. And there's Eugene Hilbert inside the 30 to the 26. An excellent route run by the second-year wide receiver has the Jets inside the Houston 30 with a fresh set of downs and the chance to put points on the board. 4-man rush on first down. Albert with a quick throw. There's Kaderil Hodge again. And the Jets will have back-to-back first downs and the ball on the 12. No call on Willie Sparks, and the fullback Keontae Preston on first down. Sparks to the right side, and he'll have just a couple to make it 2nd and 8. Houston will show pressure. They're obviously expecting a pass in this situation, but the Jets will keep the ball on the ground, and no one is home for the Texans, and the Jets are on the board thanks to a 10-yard run from Anthony McFarland. Good push from this New York offensive line, and there's just nobody in the middle of the field to keep Anthony McFarland out of the end zone, and the New York Jets are up 7-0 with just over 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Excellent drive from this offense. 10 plays, 81 yards, almost 4.5 minutes off the clock. That's the kind of success you want to see, and has given their defense an early lead to play with here. Watson will start drive number 2 in the shotgun, motioning Chase Claypool and handing the ball off to Johnson. He won't get very much, and he's met by Kel Kohler at about the 26. And this is one of the best offenses in the league for a reason. They've got the best tackle tandem in the league, and they've got speed to spare at all their skill positions. Then you add Deshaun Watson, and you've got an offense that's nearly impossible to stop. Second down pass will go to Will Fuller for a gain of 10. But now Fuller is clutching at his shoulder. He's in a lot of pain. And very quickly he is ruled out of today's matchup, which will give way to rookie Devontae Gary, who is, in my opinion, a bigger matchup problem than Will Fuller. He's just as fast, and he's 6'6". And now we're going to see him every single play. He's out there, slot left on 2nd and 8. Watson is under center, and they'll bring Gary in motion on the jet sweep. And thanks to Blasson Austin, it will go nowhere. 3rd and 8. It'll be Blasson Austin lining up opposite Devontae Gary on most of today's snaps. They're on the right side of your screen as the 3rd down pass will go to Johnson, who's met by Blasson Austin at the 45, a couple yards shy of the marker. That's a great play by Austin. He's more than earned his starting job over the last couple of seasons, and he's developed into a fine young cornerback for us. And oof, that was a bad throw by LaMarcus Albert. He was not on the same page as Kadero Hodge, and now it's a very quick 3rd and 9. Houston will blitz, and Albert is once again off the mark, looking to the left sideline. There's a couple of misfires in a row, and the Jets will go 3 and out on their second possession. Houston will take over on their own 25, 3 wide receivers and Safarian Jenkins in the pattern. 1st and 10, handoff to Johnson, and he will have a nice gain up the middle. It's a gain of 7 to the 32-yard line, and it's 2nd and 3. Watson will stay in the shotgun on 2nd down, and he will go to the air. With time looking to the left side, there's Chase Claypool to the 43, and Houston has another 1st down. Watson hasn't been too aggressive thus far here in the first quarter, and down only 7 points, he doesn't need to be. Here's Johnson with a nice run right up the middle, and Houston will cross into New York territory for the first time. It's been a pretty balanced attack for Houston thus far. As they take their first snap inside New York territory, Watson to the air, and he will fire this one to Johnson, who makes a nice adjustment for the 1st down. Now the fullback Hale will check in as Watson goes under center. Hand off to the right side, and Johnson will break a tackle. He'll cut back inside, and Lattimore will take him down at the 25-yard line, and that will take us to the second quarter. Jets up 7-0. They'd like a stop here, 3rd and 4. They will bring the blitz, but it's picked up. Watson to Brandon Cooks, who spins out a man and is tackled at the 17. Nice play there to find your outlet receiver, and Cooks has his 4th catch and a big Houston 1st down. On 2nd and 10, quick throw there. There's Gary to the 13-yard line. His 1st catch goes for 4, and Houston will find themselves facing another 3rd down. Watson out of the shotgun, rolls to his left, fires back across the middle of the field. Looked like he was going for Chase Claypool, but that pass was off the mark, and the Jets will hold Houston to a field goal. That will put the ball back in the hands of LaMarcus Albert behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Albert to the air, will fire short. There's Jamison Crowder across the 30 to about the 33. And he is slow to get up. Jamison Crowder in a lot of pain there, and he will be checked out on the sideline for the Jets. 3rd and 6 without your number 1 wide receiver on the field. Kurt Pitts is in the game alongside Kadero Hodge and C.D. Lamb. Albert buys some time and fires over the middle And this is one of the easier face mask calls you are going to see. Justin Reed just about twisted CD Lamb's head off. And Lamb is actually slow to get up on this play. He is injured as well. So back-to-back plays see the Jets down to just 3 healthy wide receivers as Lamb fell awkwardly and came off clutching at his ribs. So the Jets find themselves down their number 1 and number 2 wide receivers. And we get a very quick update here. Jamison Crowder should return in a few plays. That's good news for the offense. His status for the rest of today's game is in doubt as Willie Sparks picks up about 6 yards on second down. And sure enough, CD Lamb has broken at least 2 ribs and will be out for the rest of today's game and potentially the Super Bowl if we advance. So the Jets will have to make do with their young wide receivers on the field here. 3rd and 4. It's Hodge, Hilbert, and Pitts against the blitz. And Albert will look to the left side, and Kurt Pitts will have the catch at the 22-yard line. Both Pitts and Hilbert have shown flashes of potential, and now the Jets will be relying on them for large portions of today's game. 1st and 10, Albert will call his own number. Thanks to a block from Pitts, he will scamper in untouched for the score. And once again, the Jets are able to take advantage of the aggressive look by this Houston defense. This time it's the blitzing safety Justin Reed who finds himself way out of position against LaMarcus Albert. And the Jets will take a 14-3 lead with just under 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So now begins an important drive for both teams. The Jets would love to keep momentum on their side, while Houston is going to try not to fall behind even further, as Deshaun Watson will find Brandon Cooks at the 34. That will make it 3rd and 2. With Johnson to his right out of the shotgun, Watson will call his own number. He's tackled by Kohler at the sticks, and the refs will give him the first down. Kohler thinks he got the stop, but the booth upstairs does not agree as the Jets elect not to challenge. And now David Johnson on 2nd and 6. There's another one that's close to the marker, but it is indeed another Houston first down. Watson will go under center against 3 down linemen. He's well protected, taking a shot up the right side, and that's knocked away from Devontae Gary. The towering wide receiver finds the hole in the cover 2 coverage, but Marion Marioff is able to get a hand in there and take away what could have been a Houston touchdown. So Houston will try again on 2nd and 10. Single high safety look from the Jets. They'll back out of pressure. 3-step drop for Watson. He'll fire to the left, and Safarian Jenkins will have a first down to the New York 44. Safeties creeping down into the box. No overhead help on this play. 1st and 10, RPO, and that is nearly intercepted. Blasson Austin could have had 6. Instead, Houston will keep the ball, and it's 3rd and 9, just one play later. Watson to the left side. His throw is off the mark. And regardless of whether or not that was catchable, it will be a first down on defensive pass interference against Cal Kohler. That will give Houston the ball on the 30-yard line. Delayed give goes to Johnson. He'll take it up the middle and go down hard at the 21. And now David Johnson is shaken up. Another offensive injury, this one thanks to a suspect hit from Renee Dillon. And it looks even uglier in slow motion. So Johnson will be checked out on the sideline. Marcel Okoye will check into the game for the Texans. It's 2nd and 2 against a 4-man rush. Watson with plenty of time will fire over the middle for Chase Claypool, and it's goal to go Houston at the 9. First down goes nowhere. It's 2nd and goal. Watson will call his own number, juking inside the 5, and another flag comes in. It's a face mask penalty on Deshaun Elliott, and now it's 1st and goal from the 2. Also, David Johnson is back in the game. He's walking gingerly on that left leg, but will get the call on 1st and goal. He's stopped at the 1 by Cal Kohler, and it's 2nd and goal. 3 wide receivers, they'll head back to the ground, and Linval Joseph will make the stop at the 2-minute warning, and the New York Jets will try and make a goal line stand as the second quarter winds down here. 3rd and goal. 3 tight ends and the fullback hail in the game. Johnson up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Some patient running there and an excellent push from the interior of this Houston offensive line. They went right up the middle and have pulled within 4 points thanks to a 15-play drive to make it 14-10 with just under 2 minutes to go. Jets with an opportunity to run a 2-minute drill, however, as Jamison Crowder's back in the game. He'll have that catch to the 43-yard line, and the Jets have 90 seconds and 3 timeouts to add to their lead. 4-man rush for Houston. Albert taking a shot for Crowder, and that's knocked away and nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10 clock has now stopped with 1:21 to go. Plenty of time for the New York offense. Albert to the right sideline for Pitts, who hauls it in and just as quickly ducks out of bounds. And I don't think the rookie was expecting to break free of that and just lost his balance instead of staying in bounds. Still, the Jets will be on the edge of field goal range here, 2nd and 10. Sirius Butte, slot right, really sparks in the shotgun. Albert feels the pressure, will dump it off short. Here's Jamison Crowder underneath for a gain of about 6 to make it 3rd and 4. Same formation on 3rd down for the Jets. Single high safety look for the Texans. They will bring 5 on the rush. Albert well protected, fires for Kurt Pitts, who will have the 1st down. But this one is coming back thanks to a hold on rookie left tackle Elijah Cook. So another damaging penalty will push them back out of field goal range, 3rd and 14. Against another blitz, Albert to the left side, that's intercepted by Devin McCourty. And he's hauled down at the 43-yard line by Lawrence Cager. And that wasn't the best pass he's seen Albert throw, but I think that Cager deserves the lion's share of the blame on this one. He just wasn't ready for the pass, and it sails right over his head and into the hands of the veteran defensive back. So now it's Houston with both momentum and the chance to add points at the end of the half here. There's a quick slant route and a timeout for a 1st down on the New York side of midfield. Watson will go to the air on 1st down, and down he goes. It's James Delgado around the edge. He beat Titus Howard and slams Watson into the turf back at the 49-yard line. It's 2nd and 18, and Houston is forced to burn their 2nd timeout. Quick throw to Johnson. He'll break another tackle and duck out of bounds at the New York 39. Big 3rd down here. Watson in the shotgun. Devontae Gary is slot left, and Watson is well protected. He'll fire. There's Safarian Jenkins wide open inside the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 3, and the clock will continue to run, forcing Houston to take their final timeout. And that was actually the right call. His knee did go down in bounds, so now Houston can't stop the clock. They'll need a few seconds. 1st and goal, looking for Claypool, and it's knocked away. Good hit there by Deshaun Elliott, and it's 2nd and goal. Remember, Houston cannot stop the clock. They need to take a shot to the end zone, but Watson runs out of time. Quinion Williams gets there for the sack, and that is going to end the 1st half as Houston leaves certain points on the board. They still trail 14-10 going into halftime, and the New York defense once again comes through with a big stop. They say that defense wins championships, and if the Jets advance to the Super Bowl, that play will be one of the key reasons why. New York will start the 2nd half with the football, and you know they'd like to see some more consistency in their passing game. LaMarcus Albert has not had a very sharp day here today. His interception at the end of the half really hurt the Jets from adding to their 14-10 lead. There's just very little room for error in games like these when it's win or go home. And there's no question that the Jets are at their best when they have a thriving passing attack to complement the #1 rushing attack in the league. But for now, they're content to keep the ball on the ground. Anthony McFarland and Willie Sparks chewing away at this Houston defense. 2nd and 7. Albert will go to the air. There's Kadero Hodge across midfield to the Houston 41 as the Jets are closing in on the edge of field goal range here. 1st and 10. Sparks up the middle, and he won't get much, and he's driven down into the turf, and Willie Sparks is injured. And immediately he leaves the field. He is done for the day, which means that once again it'll be running back by committee for the Jets. It's Boston Scott in the game on 2nd and 8, and there's Sirius Butte over the middle. One of the best throws we've seen from Albert all day, hitting his big tight end in stride, and the Jets are once again inside the red zone. Houston will show pressure on 1st and 10. Albert out of the pistol. The blitz is picked up, and the throw to Hodge is caught for the touchdown. Looks like the safety misjudged the hit there, but Kadero Hodge will take that one in for a 21-10 New York lead. But there is some bad news as Willie Sparks has broken his thumb. And like C.D. Lamb, his availability beyond this game is seriously in doubt. But we can't get too far ahead of ourselves here. It's just an 11-point lead against the #1 scoring offense in the league. Watson to the air on 1st and 10, and Quinion Williams, who ended the first half with a sack, will drop Watson back at the 12-yard line and force a 3rd and 19. That's the kind of play that ends a drive before it even starts, and the short curl route to Devontae Guerrero will be well shy of the original line of scrimmage, and the Texans will go 3 and out. New York would love to add to their lead here. It's just a 2-score game, and there is tons of time left in today's matchup as LaMarcus Albert will take a little bit of contact and slide down at the 39. It's 3rd and 2, and Anthony McFarland will check in. And he will not get there. Carlos Landry winning on 3rd down. It's a big stop as the teams exchange 3 and outs and put the ball back in the hands of Deshaun Watson. 4 wide on 1st and 10. Jets will blitz, but Watson counters to the right side. There's a 14-yard gain to Chase Claypool and a big 1st down for the Texans. They're going to need to start stringing together some of those bigger plays. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Johnson will break a tackle, trying the right side, stiff-arming Kohler, and he's tackled by Levi Wallace at the 40. The Jets have been pretty good at not giving up yards after contact, but there's a couple of missed tackles on that play, and it leads to a big gain for the Texans. Watson will head to the air on 2nd and 11, looking to the left side, and another nice catch made at the 47-yard line by David Johnson. He's getting plenty of touches despite the injury earlier, and they'll turn to him again on 1st and 10, his 17th carry, resulting in another Houston 1st down to the New York 35. Now 2nd and 3 from the 28, Watson in the shotgun. Gary in motion right to left, but the handoff will go to Johnson, trying the right side. He's met by Mosley at the 26, and it's 3rd and 2. 3 tight ends and the fullback in the game. Marcel Okoye takes the call to the right side, but I don't think he got there. A Herculean effort by James Delgado. First he spins to seal the edge, then he comes back and denies Okoye the 1st down. What a defining play by the left outside linebacker, the 1st draft pick of this series, and it forces a 43-yard attempt for Eugene Brooks, who splits the uprights 21-13 with more than a quarter to play here in Houston. Can the Jets add to their 8-point lead? It is now a 1-possession game. Quick strike to the left side. There's Kurt Pitts on the slant. 2nd and inches forthcoming, and Reggie Bishop, the bruising 2nd-year running back, will check into the game. And he will have the 1st down and a bit more. Nice 5-yard gain to take us into the 4th quarter. I know I've used this line before, but the stage is set for greatness. Just 8 points separate these two teams with a trip to Super Bowl 57 on the line. It's 3rd and 6. Albert rolling to his left, trying to get this one off, but he's off the mark, looking for Jamison Crowder there. 4th and 6, and the Jets are forced to punt. Houston moved the ball well their last drive. It's 1st and 10 on their own 20. Watson to the air with all day to throw. He'll check it down for Johnson, who will have another Houston first down. That completion will push Watson over the 200-yard mark, but his Houston Texans have been held to just 13 points on the day. The Jets will show double A gap pressure and bring the blitz against the screen, and Kel Kohler will knife through and get the sack. Deshaun Watson never stood a chance, and it's 3rd and 18. That's another big sack, and it might end the drive here. Jets will need to defend the 41-yard line, and they can't. Chase Claypool catches a dime from Deshaun Watson, 26 yards on 3rd and 18, and somehow the Houston drive stays alive. Those are the kinds of plays that define a comeback, but Watson goes down again. It's Delgado a second time back at the 45. The New York pass rush is heating up. They've downed Watson 5 times. 2nd and 14. Quick throw over the middle to Safarian Jenkins, and he's a couple yards shy of the marker. 3rd and 3. This is where the Jets defense would love to get off the field. Houston is not in field goal range. Watson to the air on 3rd and 3, stepping up in the pocket, firing short for Johnson, and I don't think he got to the first down marker. 4th and 2, and it's Blasson Austin again, and Houston will punt. I'm a little surprised that they didn't try to go for it on 4th down there, but they elect to trust their defense here. 2nd and 9, motioning in Kaderil Hodge. Play clock at 6, and the pass is knocked away from Sirius Butte. Good coverage there, and it's 3rd and 9. Boston Scott to his right in the shotgun single high safety look for the Texans. Kaderil Hodge wide left. Albert well protected. Looks to the left side, and that's intercepted by Devin McCourty. His best days might be behind him, but he's got 2 interceptions on the day, and that one he earned to give Houston excellent field position with less than 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. It's a 1-score game. Watson from the shotgun off of play action fires inside the 15, and that's knocked out by Marshawn Lattimore. A big pass breakup there leaves Houston on the edge of field goal range. 2nd and 10. Jets will bring pressure. Watson trying to escape, but down he goes. Caleb Chazen back at the 43, and it's 3rd and 19. We talked earlier about the margin for error being incredibly slim, and that was a sack that Houston could not take. And a quick throw to the right side will get them about 5 yards. It's 4th and 15 as Watson is clearly feeling the pressure. And instead of attempt a 54-yard attempt, the Texans send out Sam Martin, their punter, to kick this one away, and Boston Scott will watch it go out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So the Jets will have to be very careful here to not give up a safety. Reggie Bishop with some blocking ahead of him will fall out of bounds at the 13 and give the Jets some much-needed breathing room. And they just went over 100 yards on the ground. And we've got less than 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Here's a rare carry for Boston Scott, getting some playing time thanks to the Willie Sparks injury. And that's a terrible spot. He crossed the first down marker. But the refs are saying 3rd and 2, and Scott will get another chance, and he did not get there. Houston's defense comes up with its biggest stop of the game, and their offense is about to get the ball back. Here's a Pro Bowl punter, Braden Mann, from inside his own 15-yard line, stepping into this one. It's going to bounce on the Houston 15 and roll out of bounds at the 14. A field-flipping punt with just over 3 minutes to go. Houston has their work cut out for them as they need a touchdown. But here comes the pressure again. It's Mass Johnson at the 7. It's like a feeding frenzy in the backfield. That's the 7th time we've sacked Deshaun Watson. And now Houston is backed up inside their own 10. And the Jets will blitz again. Watson has to throw this one away with pressure in his face. It's 3rd and 17 with 2.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. This would be a huge stop. Watson underneath. There's Safarian Jenkins, and he's shy of the marker by mere inches. So both teams with a couple extra moments to think this one over. We've hit the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter of the AFC Championship game. 4th and inches. David Johnson, the lone back. Watson under center. He'll head to the air and fire to the right side, and that's hauled in by Safarian Jenkins. Houston will go right back to the line of scrimmage, hurrying things up. Jets don't have a good formation on the field to defend against the pass, and Houston is able to spread out the field. There's a quick throw to the 36, 1st and 10. Watson back to the air, looking to the left side for Johnson. He's tackled out of bounds by Deshaun Elliott. And that will allow the Jets to put a more traditional defense on the field, but Houston will roll with 3 tight ends again. 6 in to protect against a 4-man rush, but down goes Watson for the 8th time. Houston forced to spend a timeout with 1:10 to go. It's 3rd and 13. Setting up the screen on 3rd down. Johnson will take this one out of bounds at the 41. And now Lattimore is shaken up right before what might be the defining play of the game. Houston converted 4th and inches. Can they convert 4th and 6? 3 wide receivers right. Watson taking a deep shot to Devontae Gary. One-on-one with LaShawn Austin. And it's knocked away. The Jets defense does it again, and it's earned them a trip to the Super Bowl. Our defense has been our defining trait for most of this series, and they got the job done here today with a defining performance against the Houston Texans. Wow, what an ending. I mean, it wasn't exactly the right throw to make given the circumstances. You've got 2 timeouts and over 1 minute to go on the clock, so you can take your time moving down the field and look for the 1st down instead of the touchdown. But I probably shouldn't be too critical, because if I'm being honest, I probably would have taken that shot too. That's a matchup you want to try and exploit, especially given the height difference between Devontae Gary and LaShawn Austin. And Austin just made a really nice play on the ball. Our passing offense didn't have too much to write home about here today, as LaMarcus Albert threw a couple of interceptions and in general struggled with his accuracy. We saw that on the first interception when he missed Lawrence Cager, who didn't react to the ball either. That was a little bit frustrating. And the second interception I will take credit for. I saw Jamison Crowder matched up with the safety and figured it would be an easy completion on the out route, and instead Devin McCourty made a great play on the ball to take it away. So that one I will take credit for, as it probably shouldn't have been thrown, and it was mostly a result of me just being locked in onto that route and not seeing the rest of the field. Our run game also struggled. They started off strong, but really faded in the second half after Willie Sparks went down with an injury. And Anthony McFarland actually finished with less than 4 yards per carry, which is a testament to the quality of the run defense that we were going up against. I personally would have liked to see us move the ball better and have this not be a nail-biting victory, but we're playing the cream of the crop at this point in the playoffs, and it's no surprise that the game came down to a few big plays. We held the game's best 3rd down offense to just 5 of 14 on 3rd down. We had a huge red zone stop at the end of the first half to keep points off of the board, and we were able to consistently get pressure on Deshaun Watson and put the Texans in 3rd and long situations. We held the likely MVP, Deshaun Watson, to just 7 yards per attempt. He wasn't able to push the ball down the field against our defense and really only took a couple of shots down the field, both of which were defended. I honestly expected their downfield passing attack to be a lot more present, especially considering the speed and athleticism they have at the wide receiver position, but we played a lot of too high safety in today's game, and that took away a lot of their downfield opportunities. The fact that we were getting consistent pressure also helped put a limit on how long their routes could develop, because they weren't able to really stretch the field with the time that Deshaun Watson was getting. So once again, our winning formula is for the offense to do good enough and for the defense to take over the game. Our special teams unit should also get a shout out. We didn't have any crazy returns or anything, and that was mostly because Texas punted away from Boston Scott, but Braden Mann was able to flip the field with a couple of his punts, and Brendan McLendon was 3 for 3 on extra points, and that was especially important in a game where points were at a premium. We never trailed in today's game, but our biggest lead was just 11 points, and that didn't last for long. It was an 8-point game for the entirety of the fourth quarter, and this was a game that we had to sweat out, and our defense spent most of it on the field. The Texans ended the game with a significant edge in the time of possession, so we definitely earned our trip to the Super Bowl here today, knocking off the 15-1 Houston Texans and earning our berth in Super Bowl 57. The week between the conference championship and the Super Bowl are when awards are announced. Deshaun Watson does win MVP, and our sole individual award earner is Brendan McLendon, who won AFC Kicker of the Year this season with a phenomenal rookie campaign. If we weren't playing in the Super Bowl, we'd also have 5 Pro Bowlers: Keontae Preston, Josiah Doolittle, for whatever reason, Brendan McLendon, Braden Mann, and James Delgado all made the Pro Bowl for us this season. We also get a bunch of upgrades here. Leroy Grant gets one. He had a great game, and our offensive line did not allow a single sack to the Texans this week. Kadarius Hodge is going to need to step up for us, as he has at various important points all season. Randy Hope is developing into a very good run-stopping defensive tackle. He already has 87 block shedding as a 20-year-old. And Kurt Pitts also earns an upgrade. He had a pretty solid day here today and filled in admirably for both Jameson Crowder and CeeDee Lamb when both were out with injuries in today's game. And speaking of injuries, we're going to be playing Super Bowl 57 without a pair of offensive playmakers. Marshawn Lattimore is fine, but Willie Sparks has suffered a broken thumb, and that will keep him out several weeks beyond the Super Bowl even. And similarly, CeeDee Lamb's broken ribs are severe enough that the doctors have not cleared him to play in the Super Bowl. We will welcome back Blake Cashman and Keenan Culver, but we will not be at 100% fitness when we play Super Bowl 57 against the New York Giants. That's right, it's going to be the New York Bowl in Arizona as the Giants soundly defeat the Seattle Seahawks 35-14 in the NFC Championship. This is a dangerous New York Giants team, and we would do well not to overlook them. They won the Super Bowl just 2 years ago. That's right, Daniel Jones is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and they returned much of that core from their championship season, along with a couple of key offseason additions. The biggest one is Von Miller, and he's the kind of player that can take over a game. But Mike Williams is an under-the-radar signing that is especially important, as Sterling Shepard will be missing the Super Bowl with an injury. The New York Giants also went 9-7 this season, which doesn't sound that impressive until you realize that Eli Manning is in the Hall of Fame for what he did in the Super Bowl with 9-7 teams. Obviously, Daniel Jones is not Eli Manning, but it just goes to show that you shouldn't judge a team by their regular season record. There's a lot of parity in the NFL, and sometimes all it takes is for a team to get hot at the right time, and the Giants certainly have done that and earned their way to the Super Bowl. The New York Jets find themselves one win away from taking home the Lombardi Trophy. Super Bowl 57 will be up next on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching.